with some garlic and some herbs in there.
It gives it a nice finish for you. Great taste from the first bite to the last bite on every single slice.
Now we got great food, we've earned the swagger, right? We're gonna do an end zone dance on this one. I can't wait to have people try it. And it's not even about being right, it's about us having great food.
No, it's about us being right. And you know, I can't wait for Adrian to try our new pizza.
So, I think she's gonna be surprised.
We're gonna bring her the new pizza, see how she likes it. She has no idea we're coming.
Hi.
Adrienne?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I wanted to show you this as an example, although it's obviously very self-promoting for Domino's Pizza at the same time, about keeping the product promise. Yes, Akio?
Is this, I think I read somewhere that one of the Domino's Pizza chain people made a video by himself spitting on the pizza.
Really?
Unsanitary.
Oh, really?
And
Wow.
that really became inflammatory.
Oh.
But immediately after that, Domino's took the very good promotional activities using not advertising, nothing, but YouTube.
Well, the social media is obviously, you know, it's a double-edged sword.
So I was just wondering if this
That
was related.
I wasn't even aware of that, but you know, if you read it, then obviously it happened. We do know the recent one, though, from Europe, the horse meat, or now they're not sure, maybe donkey meat in the lasagna. That's imported from Europe into the UK and the supermarkets in the UK. Those with food, you know, the brand is only as good as the taste after all is said and done. Okay, we talked a lot about the multi-channel and the dynamic and interactive content when we talk about social media. And obviously you're engaging your consumers. You have to give them what is called compelling content. And that's not easy to do. And you interact with them all the time. But as Akio pointed out, there can be a downside to that as well. You have to know how to handle it, how to respond, to do it in a timely manner. Also, when you're aligning your digital marketing strategies, a recent McKinsey report talks about the move from unowned channels, such as ordinary mass media type channels, to your owned channels. So even with YouTube, there's an attempt on the part of companies to bring it in-house, to control it. I'm not entirely sure that's the way to go, because since we have a skeptical public, it may make them even more skeptical. So it's not an open and shut case. Co-creation and mass customization and personalization, I put these on the same slide. I took this from the presentation listed, a very recent one listed in the lower left. But I liked it because the whole idea of co-creation combined with crowdsourcing for the product and the NikeD.com, the whole idea that you can personalize your shoe from the get-go. This is obviously, the brand is going to have to accommodate this in the future. But then there's, you know, Steve Jobs saying you can't just ask customers what they want and then try to give them that. By the time you get it built, they'll want something new. That's similar, but not the same to what Akio Morita, founder of Sony, said when he said, you don't ask the customer what they want because they don't know what they want until they see it. So there are these views are in some conflict and both relevant to the future of branding. Who's to say one is wrong and the other is right? And so,
may I interrupt?
yeah, oh, sorry, Alex, sure.
This one is very interesting because actually it touches my job. I work a lot with collaboration and open innovation.
Yes.
And open innovation is trying to find partners with overseas venture startups, universities that might have a solution a new one in technology that nobody knows about, and then you can create value out of it. And at the beginning of the idea creation, we've got also the system, the old system that is, we decide as a company what is good for the consumer, or some companies that try to engage and involve their consumer in the creation process in order to give them at least the impression that they are part of it, and to increase the success rate. And there I'm coming with a very concrete example, P&G. P&G is the pioneer in using open innovation at two levels, at the idea creation and technology. It started in the late 90s, where they realized that very few of their products, they had very good products, but very few of them were successful with their consumers. So the customers were saying, this is not what I need. And then applying and changing completely the system and breaking the R&D walls and transforming the researcher into program and researcher managers working with other people. It took many years, but they managed to triple their success rates.
Well, you know, Carlos Ghosn had the same problem with Nissan, the multifunctional teams. Until he got them, he sort of had to bang heads together to get those synergies. It's very interesting, and that is definitely something which is a growing trend.
With crowdsourcing and the use of social media, it seems that we are at the beginning of a new era, and nobody is able to say which way is the good way to go.
That is the point.
And Steve Jobs is a very special case because well, he was a maniac and he was very bright, so he could say by himself the consumer don't know what they need, but actually many guys who love the brands can come with very, very nice ideas for product improvements.
Sure.
So
oh, absolutely.
Apple doesn't solicitate any...
Well, I only used it as an example of a point of view. I wasn't using it as an example of what Apple does. I was using it as an example of one perspective on the brand versus the product, asking your customer, your consumer, versus presenting them with something. But anyway, they both involve keeping the product promise, which means you have to do a 360-degree review, as you indicated. You go to all of the people inside and outside. You are engaged in Kaizen, even if you don't know what it means. And you look and listen and then act. And the very last word I have to say to you on this subject is, to quote Albert Einstein, not everything that counts can be counted. So, big data notwithstanding, we cannot exclude the role of big ideas in branding. Thank you very much. In the interest of